2016, a Korean player named Qwer started up a YouTube channel and began beating an insane amount of hardest demons out of nowhere, all streaming this. Many people of the community attempted to expose Qwer, but of course, with all the evidence he was legit, they failed. For a few months, Qwer was on a spree, beating Cataclysm, the Ultimate Phase, Betrayal of Fate, and Ice Crawler in Diablo X. But on August 15th, a Discord message was revealed showing that Qwer was more than one person. It was a group of a lot of the top players, with plans to add even more. But what if, by a small chance, Qwer survived? Before we start, I want to say a few things. Qwer is 100% legit, and Male Veronica wasn't on the project. Now let's begin. As you know, Qwer joined the community after the infamous Bloodbath rivalry between Serv and Quasar. The team had plans to beat Bloodbath, so it'd be safe to say that Qwer would be the third victor of Bloodbath, landing him a lot of attention. A lot of players would become suspicious of how quickly he beat it, but after the investigation of checking his streams, the theory of him hacking was debunked, and he was welcomed into the community. After a few extreme demons, Qwer's next big project was beating Sonic Wave. It was 2 months since Huseey got his infamous 98% fail. Right away, Qwer was making an insane amount of progress, getting 81 on July 26, 2016. Just to a day later, get 90%. In the normal timeline, this would be the end of Qwer. It would be revealed as a group of people, and everyone would move on. In the confession, it said that Rabbit wanted to make a joke account that would be Sonic Wave and be revealed as a joke immediately after. But what if that didn't happen? What if the team behind Qwer decided to take it a step further? After 2 weeks of non-stop playing, Qwer beat Sonic Wave, ending the race for Sonic Wave. Nowadays, when you look at Sonic's channel, he has over 100k subscribers and probably had a large chunk of that following from Sonic Wave. With that logic, Qwer would get a massive following after Sonic Wave. Sonic Wave would be instantly rated and surpass Bloodbath. Sonic's, of course, would probably be the first victor of Sonic Wave a few months later. After Serv and Quasar were added to the team, Qwer would become unstoppable, beating extremes in under a week. 7 days after, Qwer beat Succub in Hell, and 3 days later beat Thanatos. Qwer was becoming one of the top players in GD. Huseey just came back to Josh's community after mysteriously disappearing for 3 months, who spent the last 3 months working on the Qwer project. In this timeline, the person who had the most changes besides Qwer was Huseey. In our regular timeline, Huseey dies at 98% on Sonic Wave and then sells his account for $100. In this timeline, he beats Sonic Wave on Qwer's account and doesn't quit. And for Sonic's, he isn't doing that well. He wasn't the first verifier of Sonic Wave and didn't get that big of an audience. 3 months later, 2.1 came out, bringing an insane amount of content, but the team was growing unstable. Most of the team members were leaving Josh because they were getting burnt out, while the skill cap was getting higher. Qwer's first goal was to beat Yatagarasu, and in 2 weeks he beat it, being the second person to beat it behind Sonic's. But something was off. Qwer was becoming a lot less active, occasionally coming back to beat Erebus or Artificial Ascent. Out of complete nowhere, Noble Boy drops Bloodlust. Before Sonic's even had a chance, Qwer would immediately start verifying Bloodlust, making fast progress, but not as fast as Sonic's. After 1 week, Sonic's had already 63%, but Qwer had a way less, having 32%. 2 weeks later, something devastating happens. Sonic's died to the last triple, tying the worst fail in Geom Chess with Skolo. Which is pretty ironic since they both had the exact same icons. 5 days later, out of complete nowhere, Qwer flicks Bloodlust from 75% and is the first verifier of Bloodlust. On October 18th, 2 weeks later, Qwer disappears. He deleted all his videos, deleted his GD account, and deleted his huge Discord server. It was radio silence for weeks. Sonic's beat Bloodlust 2 days earlier and was given the right to upload it. On December 5th, nearly 2 months later, it was revealed that Qwer was a group of people. This set the whole community confused. It's insane that Qwer's project lasted the span of almost 2 years, but as she said,
obviously, it's foolish to think that Qwer would have survived the 2 years since, not least because of the number of participants that have quit or gone inactive.
Mafubu is the one who beat Sonic Wave. Roketu was the one who beat Bloodbath. Surf completed Yagurasu even after dropping the level. And Bloodlust was again beaten by Surf yet again. Would I prefer this timeline? Not really. Sure, it's interesting, but I'm not good at making alternative timelines, and this is my first time. But if it did happen, it would create a bit of damage to levels like Sonic Wave. About a few months ago, we had a similar situation with a creator this time, going by the name of geraldbrown. I highly suggest you check out Red Huseey's video on it. Anyways, thanks for watching.